Working on the air filter housing. Now to detach the wiring harness going across the air filter housing. And the key to this is kind of to rotate the harness and pull up as you rotate. Now to remove the cabin air filter housing, these are T30s. Now for the heater bulkhead, again T30s. Removing the bulkhead now exposes the air intake flaps. There's one on each side, and there's a lever right here you pull up on to release the flap. And then it kind of rotates out. Just pull down on it. Here's the lever. Now for the coolant lines, these are 6mm. Okay, so what I did for the two heater hoses is I just went and got some, these are 3/8 inch rubber corks. So I'm going to try, hopefully these will stay in. I kind of twisted them in here. So, and I didn't get any hose to really fit on here to blow out the coolant. I'm not really working with the heater core anyway, so hopefully those will stay in. Okay, now we are to release this mounting nut for the charging port to the AC. Okay, now these AC connections are an Allen bolt. It's an HW6. Had to use a regular Allen wrench to reach this one. If I can get in there. Now we've got a 10mm nut back here. Okay, finally we're to the point where we've got 4 nuts holding in the IHKA unit. One down here. Forgot to pull this off earlier. That's going to need to be free. Just lay it aside, kind of out of the way. Should be fine. Back inside again, we've got to deal with these cables. A few connectors here, and then the unit should be free. There's a little tab here that I presume if I press up, it'll release this. Now up top, pressing here, pulling towards the passenger side, and then again, there's a little clip that releases this part. Working now on disconnecting the cable harness from the unit, and these do not want to come out without breaking. Came out. So I discovered when I was editing the video footage for working with this housing that it was really kind of hard to get a good feel for what we were trying to accomplish and get open. So I thought I'd make this footage to kind of insert it ahead of the procedure. essentially what I'm trying to do is get access to this, for lack of a better term, clamshell that holds the heater core, and then the evaporator is kind of perpendicular to that. So the key is to get this off. In order to do that, you have to remove this actuator over here, and this actuator has connected to it a metal linkage that goes out that controls the vent. There's also a bracket over here on the double pipe, but once that is free, you then need to remove the entire blower, which is just held in with 4 or 5 screws. So that's really an overview. Looks fairly complicated, but you're really only removing 2 parts of it, well, 3 parts. So I hope this helps. Alright, we're going to be working with a T20 on all of these screws that are in the IHKA unit. Starting with the dual pipe bracket. Now the first clip, there's a little tab and you just get a flathead under them and push up and that releases them.